Alright, we back. We back, man. We back. Welcome back to Still Unequal, a real nightmare in a dream. This is a raw for real segment. Thanks for everybody real quick for tuning in to who have visited my website, www.shalomjstewart.com. Thanks to YouTube. Man, love y'all. Yo, I'm telling y'all, these are my family, man. My
he
wife,
the one that designed it?
Who?
He designed it?
No, my man Rel. Shout out to my man Jarrell Johnson, man, my frat brother. You know, this is my stylist, you know, I take after him. You know what I'm saying? He just telling me, no, I ain't working for you, Doc. And, you know, I just hook it up. But look, man, we was talking about, y'all having fun, first of all? Man?
Yeah, definitely a good time.
This deep, man. This is good. I ain't know Zay was a doctor. And I knew Don was a doctor. I just know she was a professor. You know what I'm saying? At the college.
I'm learning over here.
But, great company. Sure. I had to switch my head up and everything because, you know, my hair was looking a mess. And everything, you know, so and that blue hat was hot.
I can't with you.
But anyway, we left off. We was talking about being confronted by the police. Was there such a thing as a protocol? And we came to the conclusion that there really don't seem to be one, and there isn't one. Once again, I think that what's going on here in this nation is a spiritual thing. When you even consider people we were considering for president, you know what I'm saying? Donald Trump. I love Hillary. I'm a Bernie Sanders guy myself, but
more so Bernie.
I trust Bernie more. But even every one of them, I always said there's something about all three of them, and I think that we are definitely in a. It's like we're not even living in a real time in this nation, you know what I'm saying? While it's very real out here for black folk, it doesn't seem real. You know what I'm saying? But just to move on, that's just a couple thoughts. And concerning how we're being treated and what we are maybe facing in the future that may come along with who may become president. Donald Trump. But what actions do we as a people need to take? Concerning everything. Concerning this continuous these continuous murders, the things that we have to face in this country. Black people are tired. I'm tired.
It starts at home. It starts at home. It starts in your house. It starts in your community. It starts in your church. This is where it starts, and it starts by one, knowing yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm big on this. I've been saying this lately where everybody's like, oh, what do you want to do? Everybody's not front linemen. Everybody's not meant to be out there.
I was looking at my paper, man.
Sorry. Everybody's not meant to be out there being the activist. Some of them are meant to make the food for the activists to keep them fueled. So learning yourself, learning your role, and being comfortable knowing your role, and strategically putting some things in place in your community.
And you can't know neither without knowing Jesus Christ. Because that's who you came from. You know what I'm saying? We created through and by Him. So in order to when we come to know Him, He shows us who we are. So okay, same question. That's deep because I didn't think you was gonna go there. I thought you was gonna get militant on me, but you just.
I'm about community.
Put the accountability on there.
I mean, I'm very much. What's my job? I'm a community engagement specialist. Yeah. Like I'm about community. I'm very much passionate about youth.
Right.
And I look at my own family structure. I look at the structure of the black church, any denomination. Yeah. And in our communities, and when it's done home, when you see a child that is done at home first, they go out into the community and they put that in there. Even if it's a child who's slightly wayward, they always maintain some sense of what their parents taught them and pass that on.
Right.
Like they sit with their homies, like, no, we don't do that. We might be drug dealers, but we don't get into all that. Right. It's some sense that stays with them. And so you gotta put something in your children. You gotta put something in your children so when they do grow up, they don't waver too much, and then they are able to find their ways back.
Right. Okay. Cool.
She's absolutely right. I mean, it starts with us. It starts within our community.
Yeah.
I can remember, obviously, being young and living on the block. My neighbor knew me. My other neighbors knew me. They all knew who I were, and I think we've gotten away from that.
Yeah.
So it starts at home. It starts within the community. It starts with us coming together as a community, and obviously, let's just go talk to the police as a community and let them express obviously there's some of their concerns and express obviously some of our concerns and just have a peaceful environment that way. But what's stopping us from doing that? Now, if they don't want to hear us out in regards to that situation, then obviously that's a big issue. But some of our, more of our more vocal leaders, more of our intelligent people should go to the police and let them know, listen, this is how we feel, and then they can obviously have a conversation to sit down with them and talk to them to just have a more peaceful environment. I don't think the cops want to kill people, not all of them anyway.
Not all of them.
The majority of them want to be peaceful because obviously at the end of the day, God forbid, what if we kill one of those cops?
They want to go home just like you want to go home.
They want to go home just
like
you.
That's a stressful job to go to work and the routine is this could be your last day, period. That is a lot to deal with.
And stemming from obviously the Dallas situation, I read a story that one of the cops that got killed in Dallas, he served many tours in Iraq and survived that, just to come home and be killed. Wow, and it's just crazy. Like, he was married, he had a wife. I'm not too sure if he had children or not, but that's irrelevant at that point. Yeah. Because he had someone to go home to. He still had a family. That's someone's husband. That's someone's son. That's someone's obviously uncle, whatever the case may be. So the fact that they want to go home just as much as we do. So let's just come together and have a more peaceful environment and just talk to the cops and stop being, fake soldiers. Like Sister says, everyone should know who they are within themselves first. Everyone's not militant. Everyone's not front line. Know your position, know your role, and then I think that's the start. We can start from there.
Okay.
I said this to you earlier. Yeah. I think the basis of it is love. So
absolutely.
It's love, and so when we talk about community, family, it's about families as a whole. When we're able to be mom, father, sister, brother, we're able to maintain that whole, or even when we can't, putting that love, that nurture into people, and then communities, love and nurture. It's really, love is the basis.
You're right.
Because if you, when it comes to love, if you're a cop and you put your place into a community and you have a passion for your job and you love your job, you should want to pour more into that community.
Right.
Because this is where you are. This is what you love to do. This is where you are. So you pour into that community.
Wow.
I don't think cops are given enough opportunities to get to know the areas they patrol.
Right, that's true. They just throw them in there because they do the same.
Tomorrow you're assigned to 22nd District. Go. You don't know. You know what you heard. Their perception again. You're not a chance to build that relationship.
But any job working with people is a job that I don't care how much they train you for though. You really don't learn it till you on the job.
That's true.
So, the best thing to do, and I'm speaking as a case manager, and because this is like I said, child welfare is dangerous in itself.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't even realize
it's a different type of beast. But my approach is as a soldier, I'm not going out to a territory I ain't never been in, going to people's homes, all aggressive.
Right.
I'm going passive aggressive. Passive meaning I'm gonna come in there to pretty much scope it out, feel it out, but the aggressive part is just me keeping my guard up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Expecting the unexpected, expecting things to get bad. You know what I'm saying? And I think what happens is we have a lot of people, a lot of cops are being groomed as lions, and they go out as lions and not cubs. And you got to go out as a cub first.
Gotta be built up.
You know what I'm saying? Before you think you can take on, the jungle.
Right. You can't come into the right community and be the dictator.
Right.
Like, you can't come in and expect for me to respect you right away.
Right.
I don't know who you are. Especially if you're a cop and big and I always
and you
see
don't look like me.
Like,
the
perceptions are you don't look like me, so you don't even understand. Like, you're pulling up, telling me stop arguing. I'm not arguing, I'm just talking loud, bro. That's what we do around here. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know the culture. And some of that's always go back to the system.
Right.
Systems don't allow you to. They don't put in the implementation of you becoming that cub. Like in case management, you get out of before you can get out of the course that training you're in, you're already in the field. They already have you in the field before you're out of the training. Yeah. So that's system wise things are broken.
Right.
And that comes from greed. Like, we gotta get it done. We gotta get this money in. We gotta get this.
So my thing, even just getting back to the question, what actions do people need to take? I've seen a lot on social media, just been going crazy, and it's almost to the point like everybody's like, all right, I've had enough, because a lot of negative things, not a lot of really unthought out, unsober thoughts
right.
And opinions. I think that what we need to do as a people is we need to look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that while we are justified in our anger, I think a lot of our opinions and a lot of our decisions that we want to make now is not sober. And it's because, and that's very dangerous.
Very.
We're ready to fight and throw and get on a shootout with people who got more guns than we do, with a world that's against us. And by the same token, the more important thing, we look foolish from the perspective that we have some ignorance in ourselves that we need to deal with, I think, before we go out and handle and even be taken seriously. And we have to expect that this nation ain't trying to take us seriously to begin with. So I had a thought that I think while we talked about boycotting, I've seen a post where somebody said basically, and there's no shade, but somebody said, don't spend your money for one day. Now, that's good. I hear you, but that's not going to do any good. They'll take one day over all these other days after that they're going to get money from you. They're going to get some money that day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just not ours. So my thing was, why don't we do things like, hey, today, for now on, we're going to pull up our pants. We're not going to walk around with our behind showing. Or today, we're going to be careful on how we, even if we get into a confrontation with another brother, another sister, we're going to really think about what's really going on in this country and turn the other cheek. Why don't we show love towards each other and see what that does? Because the nation don't want us. The nation, I don't think they would know how to handle that. They're expecting us to fight them, but why don't we try to do, instead of us going into action fighting them, why don't we stop fighting ourselves? You know what I'm saying? You look at the movie The Hunger Games, before they went and attacked the Capitol, they made sure that every district was on one accord. Because if every district ain't on one accord, what's the chances that District 1 and District 2 ain't going to turn on us? And ruin the whole thing? Because if they see a weak spot in us, they see we're not united, they will infiltrate and they will, and this is one of their number one weapons, divide and conquer.
So that goes to when people are, when people try to compare it to of black on black crime and police brutality. So
let me ask that question first before you go. How often do the police brutality of our black males take place? If all the time, does our shocking response mean anything to racist America? Is that kind of tying in with your question a little bit? I hope so. Okay. That's good. Dang, man. This is flowing. I like this.
So, let me get to that. I'm going to get to that.
Okay. Y'all want to come back again if I have another one?
Sure.
All right, cool.
So, the people always talk about the two don't match. Right. The two topics are two topics in itself. They definitely are.
Yeah.
But one, if black on black crime was to decrease because we begin to respect ourselves and we begin to unify, we're now able to go as one and fight that other system. You can't go divided.
Right.
You can't. And black on black crime shows how much we don't respect ourselves, our people.
Yeah.
So they can easily see in that they're not. They can't even stop killing each other. They live a block away. They're not gonna beat us.
Yeah.
They know we're smarter, but they know they have put things in place that make us feel like we're not as smart.
Right.
We're gonna put out this topic of black on black crime. We're gonna make some of them focus on that.
Yeah.
And that's already a division.
Right.
So to me, it's like it has to start with home and building home up again, and making sure we're putting that love in place. Because we can't, if we're not loving one another, and we're not on some type of universal front, it's not going to work.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, even like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X had two different platforms, but at the end of the day, they respected each other.
Yes.
And that's what created the that's what kept the division really being an extremely large division.
You ever see that movie Troy? You ever see the movie Troy with Brad Pitt? Love that movie. It's a scene in there. My favorite scene in the movie is a scene where this is after Troy, Achilles' cousin, was killed by Hector, Prince Hector, right? I think he was played by Eric Bana. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Achilles was played by Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt kills Eric. I forgot his name that quick. Achilles kills Prince Hector, drags Prince Hector's body back into his camp. The king, who's the father of Prince Hector, comes to retrieve, to get to ask for his body back. And they start discussing about what's going on. And what's going on is you have Greece against Troy. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that blew my mind that the king said to when they was talking, they were saying Achilles was saying to the king, we're enemies. We're from enemy sides. That's not me giving you this body. It's not going to keep us, and me even agreeing with you, is not going to keep us from being enemies tomorrow. The king says to Achilles, we're still enemies tonight, but even enemies can show respect. And it blew my mind because I'm like, why don't black folk get that? You know what I'm saying?
We'll have to have the same exact opinion, but I'm a respect you.
Right.
I'm like, it's really about.
If you get that mindset, you can stop a lot of these killings in the street. You can be a Crip, you can be a Blood. You know what I'm saying? And not have to worry about.
Well, in Philly, a lot of our crime is not. At one point in time, the crime was like based off of like drug turf.
Right.
A lot of the young crime in Philly right now.
It's respect.
It's respect. It's a rap song. It's social media. You said this. It's all about respect.
I call it uneducated violence.
Yeah.
I think I have another. Somebody like
that. That's a perfect way to put it.
I think it's uneducated violence because they don't know no better.
Yeah.
Black on black crime. You want to talk about black on black crime? I mean, that's system design.
Yeah.
Obviously,
so we agree there's such a thing as black on black crime. Somebody told me it was no such thing.
Just like
I disagree. I think it is.
Exactly. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. It may not be. It's not as large as police brutality because that's a whole different animal. But black on black crime is definitely something.
Crime is definitely crime, which it gets it.
Why does it have to be black on black crime? Why can't it just be crime? So they always have to attach black because they use the word black as a negative, right?
Okay.
So why does it have to be black on black crime? Why can't it just be crime? We don't say white on white crime. We don't say Spanish on Spanish crime. We don't. You know what I mean? So they use the term black as a negative stigma in regards to putting that black name against crime.
Right. This is my homie. Hold on, y'all. Welcome to my home,
Thank you, man.
So, little surprise, man. I was a little disappointed that my man wasn't going to be able to be here because he had to work. But it's still my homie. So please welcome my man. Yes. Yeah. Long way, definitely a road dog for me in my journey as a speaker, as a preacher, as a man of God, all those things, man. And definitely is this is the man. So welcome, brother Aaron Philip Scott.
Thank you.
Temple University.
Yes, sir.
So here we got Temple,
Yep.
the heart of Philadelphia. We got Cheney. We got Lincoln. I'm Cheney myself. Oh Lord,
she keep throwing that in there, that little caveat in there.
This is what we talk about. That black on black.
Listen, but your school kind of even flipped how they sell theirs now too, and it's respectable. I respect it.
Yeah, But look,
America's oldest institution.
Look. We're talking about a man just came in. We were talking about black on black crime before we took a little break.
Okay.
I was want to wait for you, man.
Okay.
So Zay, what was you saying?
Not such a thing.
We were saying, is it such a thing? I say there is such a thing. Now, there's a reason why I say that. But why you say it's you saying it's not?
I'm saying it's created by design.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's systematic. That why does it have to be black on black crime? Why can't it just be crime?
Right.
And they use the word black as a negative stigma. So that's why I'm saying that, in a sense, obviously the essence of it is black on black crime because it is a black killing another black human being. But at the same time, they program our country, our nation, within that concept that it is black on black crime, why can't it just be crime?
Right.
Where did it get programmed from? Like I'm kind of going somewhere with that, but like where? Like what you mean it got programmed? It got taught.
So where did it start in regards to black on black crime? When did they start preaching that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put a timeline on it, I guess when the crack epidemic started.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's why.
I was thinking kind of back to like the Willie Lynch letters.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
When you take it all the way back to that, literally there was a system taught for you. Those of you that's not, I guess, familiar with it or whatever, or if the sister sounded like she was ready to chime in on it too.
I mean, I know
You
a
know
little bit
what I'm
about Willie Lynch. That letter just shows you in itself about how everything that happens now, the division, and how they separate us. So
Yeah.
that definitely makes sense.
All about separation. Like, all right, so we're gonna separate the light from the dark.
Right.
Boom. We're gonna separate the old from the young.
Right.
We're going to separate the fine hair from the coarse hair, this one from that one. And if we can take these people and pit them against one another, you know, a house divided will fall, cannot stand.
Right.
You know, and so, but I appreciate back to your point that it's not necessarily about color, because if you do that with any people group, them same principles will apply and will happen.
Yeah. Right.
However, they chose to do it with this certain group.
Right.
And so now they focus on that, but all we hear is the black.
Yeah.
We don't focus on the crime.
Yeah.
And we don't even think back to how it even happened. Oh, by design.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And it goes back to it starting at home and making sure we focus and we teach and we educate our people.
There we go. There we go. There we go. And we don't have that, man. And I think like I said, now the reason why I say, you know, I say black on black crime is because what we do in this country, we sanctify it. For some reason we set apart black. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anything that while they don't want to give us the spotlight from the positive perspective, it's on us from the negative perspective. So when we do it, it has much more of an effect on a people than it has on any other people. If a Chinese man kills a Chinese man, it's just murder. If a white man kills a white man, it's just murder. If a Martian kills a Martian, it's just whatever they call murder on Mars. but for us, it's black on black crime, and I think it ties into conditioning an oppressed mindset that says it's something wrong with y'all, something wrong with black.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a spiritual thing on why the enemy is so poised and is so influential on causing that spotlight in that manner to be put on us as black folks.
Yo, and I appreciate that too, because you know, as I've been seeing like your blogs, you know, and you're talking and you're teaching, you're always bringing it back to the spiritual perspective, and I appreciate that. Because that's the thing that's higher and greater and actually, you know, supersedes the physical.
Right.
But if we can get people distracted enough and stay on the physical, if they could stay down here and don't take their thinking and their living and their behavior to operate from the higher level, then they're going to stay right there and we can handle that. Because everybody does have a skin color. So they're going to be able to identify that. It's easy. Boom. Oh, you look like me? I'm going to stand over here. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to go over there. Oh, y'all look like that? Y'all stay on that side. And that's easy, but when we start thinking to the higher point, you know, we start connecting to the spiritual level, then that wipes all that stuff away. And I go hold you, that's kind of, that's uncomfortable. That's different. I can't necessarily just look at what you look like and we automatically connect. I gotta be in a different spot. And so I understand that it's uncomfortable, but if we can step to that point, if we can allow ourselves to go there, because it's in us already. If you can allow it to come out, then you can see that there's actually a lot more similarities than there are differences. We're more the same really than we are different. We're only worried about the different things.
But what's deeper than that is the enemy knows that we don't know that
yet.
Woo! He's hoping that we're not gonna go there. He knows that if we know it, then he's done. Because he only got this right here. The physical.
Oh man, do I have to jump to a question and then come back?
Do it.
All right. So
he must needs go.
Okay. So there's a question on here. Dang, where is it? Okay. All right. Okay. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Christ's Christianity being viewed by some as the white man's religion? Go. You want? Are you ready? Or you want to conserve your thoughts?
Yeah, right.
Who ready?
I'm a sister go.
You were like, so
she trying to conserve her thoughts. Anybody else?
I gotta go on the top for that one.
Go ahead, cause you the king, man.
All right,
jump.
so my thing with that is basically.
It's a pen over there.
Hey, I got a highlighter. You want a pen?
Yeah, so I can scratch off.
There you go. All right, so here's my thing with that. As far as teaching, right? I'm a teacher. I'm an educator, a coach, a trainer.
Right.
The thing is, the easy way to teach people is to use symbols or pictures, that they can relate to.
Right.
So basically, I'm gonna put it like this: if we're gonna teach about, the only reason we use the example of a man is so that human beings can connect to it. It's something that we can understand.
Right.
And God was perfect in his thinking when he did. I'm not gonna say the only reason. Forgive me, Father. But I understand one of the reasons to be. We can relate to it. We can understand it.
Yeah.
So basically, this whole picture of what Jesus the Christ looks like.
Right.
He could be brown. He could be white. He could be yellow. And I dare say, allow him to be a reflection of whoever you're teaching about him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will see themselves in him and it'll be easier to connect.
Right.
But once again, it was another tool to kind of separate,
right?
To make it this certain picture.
Right.
That's my thing on the,
so with that said,
the picture of it.
I don't know if even allowing him to be depicted, because even the Bible tells us, I read my word when I ain't in the address, but the Bible tells us, it lets us know we shouldn't really do that, right, because we really can't. Who are we to limit what God looks like? Because as soon as we categorize what God looks like, human nature kicks in, and then along with that, attached with that is sin nature, and we start saying, "Oh, Christ looks like me, so I am superior to
value."
You.
Yeah. Sure.
And that shows it's so amazing to me, y'all. How
but logically, we also have to be logical.
Right.
Christ does. Where is he from?
Yeah.
Christ does like a, but that does put some superior, like makes you think you're superior, and that's why they project Christ to be white.
I was coming right to that.
If your deity is white,
she took the words right out of my mouth.
If your deity is who is trying to oppress you, then automatically you feel somewhat.
Oh Lord!
Like you feel like you have to succumb to what they want because that is your deity. He is your deity. He is made in his image.
Yeah.
And then I stamp the monetary amount that your country runs on with God, who looks like us.
Right.
We run this country, so are slaves forever to us because you need to live and breathe off this money.
Right.
And you say you worship and you're faithful to Him, but logically. Even like you told me you told me Jesus was Arab. Arabs don't even look like white men. They don't. If you go off the scripture in the Bible, and I'm Bobby Bates, I don't know too many white men with hair wool. Like I don't know. Right. I don't know. So if we're believing this book is to be true and all nothing but the truth. Then, bruh, how can you tell me he's that man in that picture with his straight, stringy hair?
This is a raw for real cipher. I just want y'all to know that. Man.
How can you tell me that? You can't. But at the same time, I was not there.
Wow.
I was not there. And the Bible also tells you were made in His image.
Right. That's what people are getting.
You were made in His image. So, there's no way that I can feel superior. We took God and we pretty much eisegeted the word, not exegeted. We eisegeted the word and used our interpretation to match. And the crazy thing is, preachers do this all the time.
Yes, they do.
Take the word and use it in order to make them relevant or match up to their opinion. And say this is the truth, because I made it make sense, and it makes sense logically. Yeah. But this is the truth when for real, it really ain't the truth.
Well, and rather than I'm just trying to think of the other side of it, right? Because we're saying I'm taking the word and I'm trying to then presented in such a way that it lines up with my opinion.
Exactly.
Rather than allowing the word to be the standard.
Yeah. Studying
that, dividing that.
That's it right there.
And then seeing how can I now conform my opinion to that, because I forget I forget which one of the passages it was. You know what I mean? But we may have heard this before, you know, but there's a straight line that's put out for you. Yeah. You know, a guide, a principle. And then it's our job to surrender to that versus try to make that then bend to us.
Yeah.
And we a lot of times in many situations we try to make the word bend to us. But I want
we do that by human nature.
Don't ever play yourself. Another one.
I can't with you. But I want to go back to it being the white man's religion. And it's some people who can break this down, and I feel like you can. It's some people that can break it down to the very end. But what I want to say is, okay, let's say it's nothing but the white man's religion, and the white man is who gave it to us. Let's say that's what it is. Yeah. How often do God take situations that seem like they're horrible and the worst thing ever to teach you a lesson, to teach you what's supposed to be, teach you in place, and that drive you forward? So it's the white man's religion. The white man gave it to us. The white man gave it to us and did not know the weapon that he gave us.
Share, got you, stupid.
Wow. You get me? Yeah. So this is your religion. Thank
and
you.
Here's the thing.
God used you like he used other people.
This is the funny thing. We say that we talk about the white man's religion so much post-slavery, where the slaves honored Christ. Yeah. Because, and I told my homie, Warren Wright, he went to Cheney. You know what I'm saying? He says, he basically agreed that basically, y'all, the issue is black folk nowadays don't know Christ from an intimate perspective.
That
relationship. So the difference was, while the slaves could not read the word, they intimately got to pray and actually take in what was being preached and try God at the word.
All they could have was relationship.
Because all they could have was relationship.
Wow, I could just talk to him and know what the little bit that
and
I got
take what he said.
That little bit.
And
allow him to show his
right. So now the issue is there is a problem with the discernment, the discernment level among black folk.
Can you let brother Zay educate us, please?
So you use the word. Let's just break down the word white. And you said white religion.
White religion.
Define the word white. The opposite of black, right?
Right.
Light. So when you attach the word white to religion, obviously that stems from their thought process of that's a positive. Black is negative. Right. So when you say white religion, that's automatically just ignorant to me. And then if you go back to the history, I go back to even further, obviously the white man himself always steals from us. Yes. Steals our culture, steals our philosophy, steals our thoughts. Wow. But the word religion, obviously religion is what strengthens us.